Hi, my name is Meghna, Nair, and I am going to be reciting the speech Noble Lecture by Vice President Al Gore. Future is usually painted as bright and beautiful, but sometimes, without warning, the future knocks on our doors with a painful vision of what might be. 119 years ago, someone mistakenly published an obituary of a wealthy inventor years before his death. Wrongly believing the inventor had just died, a newspaper printed a harsh judgment of this man's birth, unfairly labeling him the merchant of death because of his invention, dynamite. Shaken by this condemnation, the inventor made a fateful choice to serve the cause of peace. 7 years later, Alfred Nobel created this Nobel Prize and the others that bear his name. 7 years ago tomorrow, I read my own political obituary in a judgment that seemed to me harsh and mistaken, if not premature. But that unwelcome verdict also brought a precious if painful gift, an opportunity to search for fresh new ways to serve my purpose. Unexpectedly, that quest brought me here. Even though that I fear that my words cannot match this moment, I pray that what I am feeling in my heart will be communicated clearly enough that those who hear me will say, we must act. We, the human species, are confronting a planetary emergency, a threat to the survival of our civilization that is gathering ominous and destructive potential even as we gather here. But there is hopeful news as well. We have the ability to solve this crisis and avoid the worst, though not all of its consequences, if we act boldly, decisively, and quickly. Today we dumped another 70 million tons of global warming pollution into the thin shell of atmosphere surrounding our planet, as if it were an open sewer. And tomorrow we will dump a slightly larger amount with the cumulative concentration now trapping more and more heat from the sun. As a result, the Earth has a fever, and the fever is rising. The experts have told us it is not a passing infection that will heal by itself. Unsure, we asked for a second opinion, and a third, and a fourth, and the constant conclusion restated with the increasing alarm that something basic is wrong. We are what is wrong, and we must make it right. In the last few months, it has been harder and harder to misinterpret the sign that our world is spinning out of kilter. Major cities in North and South America, Asia, and Australia are nearly out of water due to massive droughts and glaciers melting. Desperate farmers are losing their livelihoods. People in the frozen Arctics and on low-lying Pacific islands are planning evacuations of places they have long called home. Millions have been displaced due to massive floodings in South Asia, Mexico, and 18 countries in Africa. Due to temperature extremes increasing, tens of thousands have lost their lives. We are recklessly burning and clearing our forests and driving more and more species into extinction. The very web of which we depend is being ripped and frayed. We never intended to cause all this destruction, just as Alfred Nobel never intended that dynamite would be used for waging war. He had hoped that his invention would promote human progress. We shared that same worthy goal, when we started burning large amounts of coal and oil and methane. Now science is warning us that if we do not quickly reduce the global warming pollution that has trapped so much heat that our planet usually radiates back into the atmosphere, we are in danger of creating a carbon summer. As the American poet Robert Frost wrote, some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice, but neither need to be our fate. It is time to make peace with our planet. Mahatma Gandhi awakened the largest democracy on earth and forged a shared resolve of what he called satyagraha, or truth force, The truth, once known, has the power to set us free. Truth also has the power to unite us and bridge the distance between me and we, creating a basis of common effort and shared responsibility. There's an African proverb that says, if you want to go quickly, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Today, we need to go far and quickly. The future is at our door right now. Make no mistake, the future generation will ask one of the two questions. Either they will ask, what were you thinking? Why didn't you act? Or they will ask instead, how did you find the moral courage to rise and successfully resolve a crisis that so many said was impossible to solve? We have all we need to get started. Say perhaps political will, but political will is a renewable resource. So let us renew it and say together, we have a purpose. For that purpose, we will rise and we will act.